Alrighty, so today we are back playing some more Tropico 6, and we're on to episode number 4 of our perfect capitalist playthrough. Now, in the last episode, we did a huge upheaval of a lot of things, and we ended up constructing a total of 10 rum distilleries. And a good rule of thumb is to get the input, like inflow number, the storage capacity for the input, and compare it to the output of, that good. And so if we look at sugar, 3480, if you multiply that exactly by 2, we get 6960. And so that's a pretty good indicator that, 2 sugar plantations should fuel 1 rum distillery. And we have a total of 5 rum distilleries, which means that we should have probably around 10 sugar plantations. And if we come look at the building list, we go to plantations, we can see that we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sugar plantations. So I would like, 2 more. No, not 2 more, 4 more. And then on top of this, we also have Dunderstill, which decreases sugar consumption by a quarter. And that's based on efficiency, it seems. So hopefully that goes up a little bit further whenever we have, 125% efficiency on this building, which definitely is a good thing. So what I'm kind of thinking is, what if we, oh, you know what about you? We can send the rum off. Well, let's do it. We sent off 10,000 rum and we get 309%, which means that we'll net an extra $85,000. So thinking about it all, 10,000 rum for, a couple, like 10,000, 20,000 extra ducats. I don't think that's incredibly worth it. So the next one that we do, I really like the idea of simply choosing, I like the idea of 2,500 units of rum. I don't think that we should go too much further beyond that. Ooh, more samples. Reduce the time until you can ship the same superpower by a quarter. Existing cooldowns are not affected, so that's a shame. I should have done this before we sent off the goods, but it's fine. I don't know why it's affected by efficiency whenever the building doesn't even have an efficiency, like, way to change the efficiency. So trading is just code for sending stuff. Works for me. Enables you to send wares to foreign superpowers. Creates a trade route for that ware. That's fine. So thinking about everything, yeah, we're gonna want to get a lot of new jobs. We still have drilling constraints up, which I believe if we go to, there's a way to see it. I think it's the trade screen. This right here, active for 21 months, so the next 2 years. We could go to the broker. We don't have access to the broker, so we're just gonna have to deal with this for the next, 2 years, which really sucks. But that's fine. We can deal with that. We can just make a bunch of new jobs for people. And so I'm thinking, what do we want to do with like all of this leftover space up here? I mean, I definitely want to do something with it all. I want to do more production, but we don't really have like, too much space for all of that. We could do some llama plantations or llama ranches. The only downside is that there's pollution right here, which should decrease the efficiency of it over time. We could just put one here and then maybe one here. I also really like the idea of doing more cattle ranches. And then, what would also be pretty good is to actually build a tannery. We can make a tannery up here, which I think is a good move. So let's do that. We could do it right here. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And we're also going to need to build a bunch of new housing because of this huge upheaval of stuff that I've done. Residential occupancy, as you can see, like all of the housing is full. And there's still just a bunch of people all over the place that need houses. So let's turn on urban development, which it's already on. That's good. Let's go and get a bunch of country houses set down pretty much all over the place is what we're looking for. Can do one here, one there. We can do one here. One here, one here. There. That should be alright. And then we want to, of course, like always, put down some parks. We could even put one here. Cool. So there's all of that, and then we'll park up any other little tidbits of land that we can. Just to keep shacks from spawning all over the place. That looks pretty good to me. That area is completely done. Let's see if we can find some other little nifty spots for some country houses. It looks like one can go there. That's cool. And this entire area out here, but I don't want to chop too many coconut trees down, so we're going to try and leave as much of it as possible. How is coconut doing in this area? It's getting pretty bad. I hope that these little shacks aren't chopping down all the coconut trees. That would be a pretty big shame. Okay, that's looking good. Here we can do, I think, a bunch of extra housing. Probably be a good idea. We can do some here. We'll end up demolishing it just so that we can, you know, adequately get something that creates a bridge across this. But for now, yeah, let's build some. And then, you know what? We'll even destroy these two. And we'll build up a bunch of new housing in all these new areas here. Not here, though. Let us determine. Do some determining. We could do another snake oil salesman. I don't hate that idea. Ooh, and I want to do an opera house somewhere. What if we don't build this? We relocate this house to here. Relocate. And then we relocate this Teamster's office to here. And then we get an opera house in right here. And then we can do some nice bit of housing all around here now. Cool. So I like that. Do one here, one there. And then we also need to, because I was destroying a lot of freshwater wells as well, we need to make sure that we are... Oh, everything looks rather quite taken care of, so that's good. Around here, we can just demolish this park. Replace it with a different park and get a well in. Cool, that's all looking good. Looks like we can even do some housing here. Yes. And then what about more parks? Doesn't look like we need any around here. Cool. That's all looking good. Another park here. Another 2x1 here. Now, how are we doing in terms of fresh water here? This is watering the fields, and then this one is healthy drinking water, so we do need at least one more right here. And then let's do house here, house there, house here, house there. Single park there, 2x1 here. Cool, that's all looking pretty good. Good. Could probably fit in some additional housing around here as well. I like the idea of that. With a real simple park like that. Another one here. And then I'm not sure if we need another new well here. Healthy drinking water. Healthy drinking water should be fine then. I left that space open for a bit more, but we can just fit it in with another park there. Cool. And then up here we'll do some more house building, depending on if we're going to need it or not. Okay, things looking good for that. I'm kind of thinking we can do more ranches, and then honestly probably even another tannery would probably work well for us as well. Yeah, let's do a tannery here. Considering the fact that we have so many chapels, or not chapels, so many cattle ranches producing so many hides. A good way to get rid of a lot of the buildings that are providing food is food and resource. If we go here and we go to plantations, we can click on them like this. So banana, we can turn that off. Pineapple, we'll turn off. Corn, banana, pineapple. Now I just need to remember to turn off the new ones as soon as we get them. Not that this is super important, but it is kind of ensuring that people are going to spend their money at buildings that give a much higher food happiness score. Pearl divers, manure spreaders, coconut harvesters. We have 3 of them. Fisherman's wharfs. Control click here. Fishing dredge. Cool. So there's all of that. But I do like the idea of the people who live over here. I do like the idea of them having allow local consumption turned on. I think that's just kind of a neat little idea. Let's demolish this, demolish that, demolish this. Let's pause it real quick. And let's make them their very own bunkhouse. It sucks that we have to make these guys a bunkhouse, that we can't just make them... what's it called? Couple of country houses. Ooh, we could just do residential building, or the residential fishing ones. Let's do that. I think that'll be much nicer. Residential boats. Oh wow, look at that. That's really, really cool. Let's do one here like that, and one here like this. Wow, that's really, really cool. Max out the budget here. Life on a boat, collect flotsam. People collect flotsam around the boat, giving them free rent in return and allowing broke citizens to move in. Interesting. So yeah, a lot of people are moving in, which is kind of unfortunate. We need to do something about this. Oh wow, these Teamsters make a lot of money. I guess we don't need to do something about it. We can just simply do something like that. Bam, we can actually decrease the budget down to the lowest. Cool. So now all the people working the coconut harvester should be able to live in residential boats, which is pretty neat. Cool, cool, cool. Residential boats. So we need a lot of housing out here, it looks like. So we'll focus on that in just a moment. Oh wow, storage is full on that. Let's get this Teamsters port. We're going to need to do more Teamsters, so lots and lots of building and stuff to be had. Make sure we stay busy with that. Doing here, one there. Anywhere that I'm really like
nice to have choices.
An import trade, anywhere that I'm really struggling to come up with like job ideas, we can just do a lot of new Teamsters. I think that's a pretty good move. So here we can do like one here, one there. That seems fine. Then we can just country house up a lot of this. Kind of like the idea of doing something just a little bit different than what I've previously been doing. Let's put this here. Relocate you to here. Country house there. I hope that one's not facing the wrong way. And then we can put a 2x1 real simple park here. Cool. Looking pretty good. Yeah, look at how many houses. We're going to need lots and lots of houses. So let's do an entire neighborhood here. Cool. Entire neighborhood should spring up rather quickly. Let's do even another fair bit of it, of housing. Where is there fresh water? Oh, there's a well literally right here. Okay. Let's do country houses all around here. That looks good. We can do some parks out front of the chapel. Keep the homeless from constructing a shack right on top of our chapel. And instead we'll just... Oh wait, no, this is a tannery. Oops. Instead we'll just try and focus on building housing for, you know, the homeless. That looks pretty good to me, and we can fit in a nice little country house right next door. I think that's fine. I'm thinking on these two we can do some ranches to sort of mix things up just a bit. Cattle ranch. Do a cattle ranch on that one. Sheep, crocodile looks good. Pig also looks good. A goat, which gives us milk. Let's do a goat ranch. Cool. And then alongside here we can do nice little neighborhoods that sort of look like this. Throw in a nice little park for everyone. Oops. That looks pretty good to me. Yeah, we definitely want to deal with as much of these shacks as possible. They're spreading pollution all over the place rampantly, and it's kind of a big deal. Can we fit a road down through here? I reckon we can. Which means that we can move this one space that way. And we'll end the road just a little bit short and instead put something like just a nice little park here. And this means that I can put in country houses all along here and potentially even here with a nice little 1x1 park here. Even go so far as to, we could put a, we'll do it. We'll put one there. Can also fit one in here. Kind of a bad idea to move people in right next to a mine, but we're gonna do it anyways. Nice little 1x2. Could just fit a bunch of housing all throughout all of this. But I do want to let a lot of this get constructed up, and then we'll determine how much more housing we're gonna need. But that's most of this, which is cool. People instantly moving in.
Well, you did the right.
Extend our mandate again. We could do a sugar plantation down here now that I think about it. Yeah. Let us do sugar plantation. Can fit one in there. Can do something like this, and then on over to there. That's looking pretty good. Now we can construct some new little stuff down here for people living on over here in particular. Can make them a theater, but yeah, let's do a theater. Like that, I think that's pretty neat. And then we can do a grocery literally right across the street. Then we can do a chapel here. I think that looks pretty good. Let's actually cancel that. And let's build it like one space back so that we can make some nice little parks out front for the population. Nothing else I don't think that really needs to be built around here. Oh, newspaper would probably do well though. Right there seems like a good spot. Ooh, wait, this doesn't require no wealth requirement. That's pretty good. We should start building a lot more of these Gant schools around. I like that. Cool. And the rest of this pretty much we can strictly make for just a bunch of housing all over the place. But I do want to put down some parks. I think we'll keep it real simple. We can even do, well, you know what, we can make it kind of cool looking. Something like that. That looks pretty cool. And then I want to do housing all the way down through here, so we can do 2 with a little 1x1 park in between. Put a park here, or a house here, here, here. Thinking there, with a bit of fresh water mixed right in for all of them. And then we can do a nice little 2x2 square right in the middle. Let's look for, could even do the nice little green one. Let's construct all of this up real quick for them. Just all of the housing out here. Just so that people can, you know, instantly start moving in. Cool, and that's going to be a lot of housing for the people that live all out here. That's really, really good. And again, as we need more, we'll get to constructing up more. So there's an empty house there, which means that we've built enough housing in this area roughly. We need some more over here, definitely. Let's fill in this area. Can do 2 like that, 1 like this, 1 like that. 1 like this, 1 like that. 1 here, 1 there. Can do something like that. And something like that. Let's mix it up a bit for that one. Do we have fresh water for these people? Yeah, I reckon that they should be affected by something. You're on healthy drinking water. You're on healthy drinking water. Perfect. So that means we can just fill this entire area in with just a bunch of these. Cool. It's looking pretty good. The people living right next to the tannery are going to be, you know, they're going to have a very short lifespan, but it'll be okay. A very low life expectancy. Max out the budget here. The more the better. Increases the efficiency by 50%. Pollution is increased by 100. Upkeep is increased by 100. I don't think that's worth it at all, considering the fact that we want to, you know, keep pollution down. So we'll try and avoid that. Here, let's actually relocate this one space this way. Let's ensure that everyone around here is being affected by the fresh water buff. Do something like that. Then we can do 2 country houses. Like that, and another one there. With a nice little park. Here. Cool. Looking pretty good. We're filling most of this in now. Which is a very good sign. Max out the budget on those. Residential occupancy, yes. Most of this is getting built up. A lot of it is looking really, really good for us. We just want to make sure that this is all on the lowest budget. Demolish any shacks that are too close to our plantations. These houses here all need some parks. Let's go ahead and do that. Kind of like the idea of doing something like that, maybe? We can do like a nice little neighborhood out here, depending. Do we need it? No. All this housing out here is doing good. Yeah, this is actually perfect. So this entire area is housed up. Everyone who's like working out here, they should be fine. Looking at pollution, pollution's looking pretty good. You know, I'm like pretty happy with that. A lot of our plantations and these buildings, the ranches, they're not being affected by too much pollution, which is really, really good. I'll fill another trade route with the crown. We can import some wool. That's fine. Our rum deal's already done? Sheesh, dude. Let's get some rum at 18% up. 2,500. Wow, we're gonna have to wait like 3 years for that, but yeah, it's fine. That's looking pretty good. We can move on to this little island next, but I want to get this just completely tidied up, which for the most part, it's getting really, really close, you know? Like, this entire area, I would say, is just about completely finished. This area is getting really close. This area is getting really close. Let's get these completely tidied on up. Let's max out the budgets on all of those. And let's check around on various plantations and stuff. Make sure that nothing is getting too overstocked, which it seems like, yeah, it is. So we're going to need even more Teamsters offices. And so to get that started, let's actually build one. I want one like somewhere around here. Let's demolish this shack. This country house. Ah, terrain's too uneven. We could do it here, that's perfect. And we don't need too many extra residential houses, so we could just do one like that, I suppose. Cool. We're also going to need more newspapers. I just realized that we're missing some. Would be really nice to do one. We're going to need like 2. We're going to need actually like more than 2. Because these 2 affect like all the rich people definitely. And then we're going to want, oh, we have 2 over here. Okay, so, you know, most of the island's good. We're just going to need to affect everyone living around here. So I would like one like right here. We're going to need like a bunch more. Let's do one here. Let's demolish up these 2 houses. Now let's just do another one here. That's fine. Then we're going to need 2 more over here, and I'm thinking we start with 1 here. And then I want to do one, you know what we could do is demolish, demolish, demolish. I must say I'm glad. One there. We can demolish this on up. Actually, we didn't need to do that. We can just do a new house here and replace this one. Whoa! Disease outbreak. Another harmless cough. Cool. So we shouldn't have to worry about that too much. If we click here, I think we can declare harmless, right? Cool. Didn't need to worry about that too much. And then all throughout here, we can just do parks, is kind of what I'm thinking. 2 2x1s could work. Or 2x2s. 2x2s. That looks fine. Cool, that's all looking good. Let's demolish this on up. Demolish you. More revolutionary immigrants. What were we waiting on? Was it a tavern, I think, maybe? I wasn't paying attention to that. But we're getting up to 1,500 Tropicans. That's pretty crazy. We have a lot of unemployed people still, so we need a lot of new jobs. That's going to be very important. So let's actually demolish this all on up. Let's do a plantation or 2 here. Let's do more sugar. What if you do one there? One here. A cattle ranch here. Manure spreader here. That's actually not going to work. That's a bummer. How do we want this? A manure spreader like right around here would be perfect. Oh, we could just do it like this. Okay, perfect. Okay. Let's quick build all of this just so I can get a good sense of what's going on. Max out budget, max out budget. This should be able to go on concentrated spray. Max out the budget. Widespread spray reaches all the way to here though, but let's keep it on concentrated spray and we'll just put this one on pasture prohibition. Turn off allow local consumption. Manure fertilizer, which means that we probably want to do another cattle ranch here. Let's throw in some housing right here, just because I know we're going to need it. Let's quick build you. Max out budget, pasture prohibition, turn off allow local consumption, manure fertilizer. Perfect, so that's all getting affected. Let's do another area over here for everyone. Start with the grocery, and we're also going to want to make sure that we're getting more fresh water out here. So let's start with this spot. Let's do a grocery here. Let's do a chapel here. We're also going to want newspapers. So let's do a newspaper here. Let's do a dance school right here. We're going to want a second newspaper. We can do that one, I reckon here is fine. Max out budget, dance for your life, max out budget, max out budget, penny saver, max out budget. Let's actually relocate you one space back. Just quick build these houses for now. Lowest budget. Now we can do an entire neighborhood. Oops, these are the wrong way, and I already quick built them. Major oops. Relocate you. Well, we'll leave it for now. And then, you know what we can do instead is, what if we did like that? With that. I think that looks a bit cooler. That's all looking pretty good. Let's just quick build all this housing. These people have lived without a house for long enough. Residential occupancy, it should, yeah, instantly fill in. I knew that was going to be the case. How many jobs does that deal with? Not a lot. We need a lot more. Oh, the mining thing went away. Cool. Still need a lot of jobs though. Perhaps right here another ranch. Do a cattle ranch. Oh, there's pollution literally all around it though. Not a good idea, but we can do one here. Probably just make this into a normal little neighborhood. Media buildings affecting everyone around here. We could probably use another one though. In the very least, one more. Nice little 2x1 park here. There. One by one. Here. It's all looking good. Okay, things are looking pretty good. Let's max out the budget. Employee of the month goes up. That's nice. And how are we doing? Yeah, so we're starting to run out of sugar. Definitely going to need a lot more. Let's refit this to be a Teamsters port. Let's max out the budget. We can get deckhands. Cool.
I ask myself, Governor.
But this means that we're also going to need a new road. Oops, what was that? Fulfill trade route with the crown. Any old trade route will do. What about this? Still gotta wait a long time. What about an import then? Wool? We can do that one. Let's get rid of these two parks. Can do a road down like this. Can't quite do it like that, but that's fine. We can do it like this. With a 2x1, we can do the cool fancy square with the guns. Then we can surround this one with two parks like that. I think that looks nice. Newspaper, newspaper. We had one here, one there. So things looking good there. Now we're making so much money, it's kind of crazy. So there's this bit of stuff. We're also going to need a bit of poor housing. Lowest budget, lowest budget. Residential. There's an empty house here, which is kind of giving me hope that we're building enough. Let's do another plantation here, I think. Another sugar plantation. Oh yeah, and I just realized that we need to set up the water supplies. Fresh water. Can put one. Start with here, here. Here. We'll do this one here. And these four in particular are going to need to be for watering the fields. And now, hopefully... Yeah, so crop conditions for the sugar should go up with a bit of time. Maybe not completely, so maybe we can do another one in this area here. Sugar, and then we change you to watering the fields. That looks pretty good to me. We can do yet another one. These are very cheap ways to increase the efficiency of our plantations. A one-time cheap investment. And bam, just like that, we have 100 all over that one. Let's demolish this road. Demolish this road. Whoa. Whoa, what's going on? And then we can do another freshwater well here. And you can go on watering the fields as well. Sugar 100 for most of it. Very good. 10 more revolutionary immigrants. Why not? So now that's looking good. Let's do another single one over here, I would assume. Not assume, but I suppose. Sugar. Let's demolish all this on up. Quick build you. Max out the budget. We're also going to want, what I'm thinking is, what if we do 2 manure spreaders? One here. One here. Concentrated spray does reach. Cool. Let's get all the upgrades for these. What about concentrated spray for you? Oh, perfect. What about another ranch or two? We can do a cattle ranch. Cool. Let's actually relocate you to here. Screw it. We should be able to fit in a cattle ranch right here. Max out the budget, and we should. Manure fertilizer reaches. Cool. Turn off allow local consumption. Not that it's too important, but why not? Everything's looking pretty good there. And we should be able to do some country houses. Oh, no. All throughout there. I want to leave this area relatively untouched. Resident occupancy, that's all looking pretty decent. And it should get better with time. Now what about up here? We need more jobs. That's what it's looking like. What if we make... Oh, you know what? It's been enough time. Let's go and check out resource overview. Sort by amount. So rum. Ooh, wow, look at that. Consumed. So all of our rum is being exported. That's fine. So anyways, on to hides. How are hides doing? Processed. Ooh, look at that. We're processing a lot. We could probably get away with one more tannery. Sugar. Processed. Produced. So we're processing like as much as we're producing. So we need to produce more. And so that's hopefully what all these new sugar plantations are accomplishing. So we have a lot of spare logs. So yeah, let's do some stuff with logs. Toy workshop. Put one there. Thinking we could do another one. Well, you know what? Let's do a lumber mill facing this way. Then right behind it we can do this. And then here we can do that. Max out budgets. Max out budget. Wooden toys, cuddly toys, cotton, rubber, radio control toys. Cotton and rubber. How are we doing in terms of cotton? I don't think we're producing any cotton. No, we're not. Shellfish. Processed, consumed. Yeah, we're producing plenty. Fireworks. Oh, you know what? I keep forgetting that we can come down here and change this to the Festival of Hard Work.
El Presidente here to tell you to party on! That's an order!
It's nice to have choices.
Fill export trade route. Gold. That's a good one.
I ask myself, Governor.
Produce fish. Man, look how many people we have showing up to the party. That's pretty cool. Now that's a settlement. Unemployed. 70 unemployed people. We need to get a lot of jobs done ASAP. So here's this. Let's just do a bunch of fishermen's wharfs real quick. Now I don't want to overfish deposits. That'll always be a concern, a bit of a concern. And we can also do, what if we do, very quickly, infrastructure, artificial coral reefs. Let's do one here. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. We can only build 3? Really? That's annoying. Not annoying, it just sucks. Decreases construction cost of all water and shore buildings by 50%. This is a song I've never heard of. Interesting. The Tropican party machine is going into overdrive and everyone is partying as hard as they can. The radius of the next festival is increased by 20%. I mean, that's not too important, but, you know. Potentially could have done that. Mandatory siesta? Eh. Ooh, let's get marine subsidies. Why not? We have so much knowledge that we could research literally everything. Like, let's get this, that, this, that, this, that, this. I mean, let's just get it all. Why not? Cool, so now we have access to literally everything. So this is everything that we can have access to. Marine subsidies.
I never really realized that Tropico is an island. Funny how such things suddenly become clear to you. We should gain extensive benefits from buildings built on the shoreline or on the water. Not just from the ingenuity alone, but also from spending some money on it. I am sure those buildings will be a lot more efficient. Why? Because.
Why? Because. That's pretty funny. Either way, so let's pick that up. And the cost should go down. It's 300 per month, but that should go down with time once it levels up. And the efficiency bonus should go up. That'll be pretty useful. Food for the people, I mean, we could pick this up, but... Decrease capitalist standing by 10. Increase capitalist standing by 5. And then we're getting another increase to capitalist standing from state-run boat rental. Increase communist standing by 15. Or decrease communist standing by 15. Increase capitalist standing by 15. 5. So increase, decrease, communist standing, and then decrease it by 15 in the end. So for the communist, it's minus 10, plus 10, and then plus 15. So yeah, we can grab food for the people. Why not? Pretty decent. We're making enough money to enact no more shacks. I mean, this is a nice little... Yeah, let's do it. The island's getting so big that we can afford it. And everything else, I think that's literally all of the edicts forever. I believe. So, cool. Yeah, it's a shame that we can't build any more artificial coral reefs. It'd be pretty neat if we could continue. But that's fine, I suppose. What other buildings are there for the artificial coral reefs? Is there anything else? I mean, it's got to be production, right? Yeah, I can't wait to get into the later on stuff, you know? When do we have access to When do we... Official residence. When do we have access to this one? Cold War. This one's going to be really, really cool. I can't wait for that. I don't even want to think about it. That's how excited I am. We also have access to buskers. Let's unlock, like, all the buildings as well. Is there anything that we need to unlock? Isolation Center, I don't think that's important at all, but let's pick it up. Forts and guard towers, don't need to worry about those either. But might as well get them. Capsule Hotel. Jeez, dude. We could probably get away with more toy workshops. Logs and coconuts. We could probably build some more firework factories. I've completely forgotten what I was doing. Oh yeah, we were gonna do more fishermen's wharfs. Around and about. Ooh. What about over here? Not really, but what about right here? Ooh, look at that spot. Oh yeah, some pearl divers. Do these increase pollution around them? I reckon they do. Yeah, they do. We need like 60 more jobs. Can demolish this one. Let's demolish that one. We can put in a new country house like that. Can actually demolish this one as well. And instead we can put in a new bunkhouse. And we can get a nice little park in right here. Decrease the budget. Increase the budget. Turn off allow local consumption. Fishing dredge. I feel like, no, we do have a grocer around here. So we're up to 7 out of the 11 foods, and I'm pretty sure that we can make it all the way up to 10, or no, 8. 8, because 3 need to be produced in industrial buildings. So it's like, which one are we missing? Banana, corn, coconut. Fish, meat, pineapple, shellfish. Milk. We're missing milk. Let's do more milk producing buildings. More goat ranches. Do a goat ranch here. Can also do one here. Let's do one here. What about on up here? What about on over here? I'm content with these. Max out the budget, turn off allow local consumption, pasture prohibition. That looks fine to me. Oh, we're gonna end up destroying this road anyways, but yeah, for now it's fine. Pearls only. Pick up shells, produce half the amount of shells, but also produce shellfish. Workers also pick up waste in the process, produces only half the amount of pearls, but reduces the pollution in a small area by 15. More boats. Okay. I think we're content with the way that things are looking right now. We're gonna need more Teamsters jobs, I reckon. Just got a feeling about that. Let's look around at random buildings. Yes. 100% we need more. Let's just build some hither and thither. Max out the budgets. Alright, that's a lot of new jobs. That's good. What about housing? We're doing pretty good for housing as well. We're gonna need more, so let's just get some down before it gets to the point where we need them. Which is pretty much right now. Let's do, I'm thinking like this and then like that. That looks kind of cool. We can do a bit of housing. Like this. Even a bit more all throughout here. That looks cool. Can we get one like that? Oh, we can. Wow. Was not really expecting that one to work. Park here. That looks pretty good to me. Don't want to build too much in this area because, you know, the logging camp needs the trees, so we'll leave it alone. We can build housing all throughout here. Let's double check, make sure that we're giving everyone fresh water. We need one around here somewhere. We can do one here. But the rest of this is all looking pretty good. Okay. Let's also make sure we're giving some out here. We're not yet. Let's do one there, one here. And then we should be able to house up literally all of this. And we should be able to do this, do that, do this. Nice little 1x1 here. Another one there. That's looking pretty good. So goat ranches, llama ranch. Turn that off. Turn this off. You. That looks like it. Cool.
Well, you did the right.
Extend our mandate again. We have like 9 years. We're making it pretty far into the game. Yeah, I'm curious. What other buildings can we put on the what's it called besides just pearl divers? On the artificial reefs. Industry buildings, perhaps? Scar shipyard, weapons factory, furniture factory. Shipyard for building yachts. Only one yacht can be built per shipyard. Yachts require large amounts of resources and take a long time to build. The shipyard has to be functional for its assigned yacht to work at full efficiency. Emits a high amount of pollution. Ooh, we could build that in the World Wars. That'll be interesting. Same thing with a mask factory. Residential can be placed on an artificial reef to increase efficiency. Floating restaurant. Placement on an artificial reef, coral reef further increases building efficiency. Visitors must be at least well off. That's really cool. Submarine tours. A floating restaurant. We're definitely going to do floating restaurants. Oh, the yachts. Special action. Improve standing with the superpower with the lowest value. Special action. Stop attacking enemies to make them retreat. And make them retreat. Win the current running election. Jeez. Anything else? I figured there'd be something for tourism. Maybe luxury entertainment? I wonder if you can place snorkel bays on the artificial coral reefs. That'd be pretty cool. The Colossal Hospital. I can't wait to put these down. Marine Cleanup Station. Removes pollution generated by sea and shore-based buildings in its vicinity. When upgraded and placed near an artificial coral reef, it can generate research points. Cool. Healthcare building. Healing howitzer. I need to stop looking at these buildings. It's just so cool to see all the new stuff. Anyways, let's get back focused. Let's continue building up the rest of this island. Man, we're making so much just consistent progress in today's episode. Getting really close to having these 2 entire islands finished up. You can kind of tell that there's like a lot of trees on the edges of certain spots, but that's because we're using those trees to chop stuff down, which is pretty good. And you know what? I really did want to make it to the point where we're... Like, I did want to move into the entire island, but you know, like... The only issue I have with it is the fact that it's going to take so long. I mean, maybe we do one more island. Maybe. But then again, moving to the next eras will allow me to check out all these new buildings. And I think that'll be a bit more exciting than doing all of this. What we need to determine is, where do we want to build the main island? Because previously I've done this island before, this archipelago, and we had a huge city here, we had a huge city here, and we had a huge city here, just here. And I ended up creating one of like the biggest skylines that I've ever made. One of them. I definitely made some pretty massive skylines. But what I'm kind of thinking is, what if we kind of stick to this
Our revolution is as yet
like method of building stuff, like keep everything nice and small and stuff, and then we have one island that's just way bigger and way better than everything else. And I'm kind of thinking, what if we make it this one? That could be pretty cool, because as you can see, it's like tiered, right? And we can have like a city coming from like here that just gets taller and taller. The skyscrapers will be like cascading down. I think that'll be really, really cool. However, we are making it into the 1 hour mark, and I think we're going to end today's episode here. Yes. Things are looking really, really good. I wonder how are our mansions doing. They're doing really good. We're producing lots of sugar. Lots and lots of stuff's working out really, really well for us. And I think in the next episode, probably right away, you know what? Screw it. Let's do it now. Let's actually just move on to the next era. We made a lot of money. A third of $1,000,000. Things looking pretty good.
Excellent. I knew...
My heart swells with joy as I greet my fearless leader for the first time as El...
Don't touch that dial. It's got Canal Uno all over it.
All citizens vote. Pacifist state. That's what we're going with. And things are looking pretty good. Yeah, we made it 20 years into the 1900s. And real quick, before we end the episode, I do want to just go and look real quick at all the new stuff that we're going to have access to. Shipyards, steel mills, textile mills, that's all looking pretty good. Cigar factories, creameries, mass factory, the yacht shipyard. I think we'll build this one right away. That one's really cool. Floating neighborhood, better quality residential building for 12 households on water. Tenants must be well off for better. Emits little pollution. Adjacent floating neighborhoods gain the positive effect of each other's work modes. Let's quickly throw one down. Just because I'm curious as to what this actually does. Oh wow, look, we're making someone really upset very, very quickly. Why? Who? The communist. They hate the fact that we are building country houses. There's a lot of stuff that they hate, but, you know, it'll be fine. It'll be fine, I say. Anyways, full house. Mom and pop store. One house is used as a small corner shop for the neighborhood. Reduces the number of households by 2. Sleeping residents gain a bonus of 5 to their food happiness. This effect also applies to all adjacent neighborhoods. Oh, cow. Family doctor. Cool. Same thing, but for healthcare. And local chaplain. That's really cool. Really, really unique. Electrify solar panels. Requires installs solar panels on rooftops. Removes the requirement for electricity. That'd be really good. Electrify it, and then they have solar panels to, like, you can make like a nice little enclosed system where they don't need to, Wow, you could actually make like an entire floating like town. I think about it. They would give each other all their different bonuses and stuff, you know, from mom and pop, family doctor, local chaplain and stuff. Let's research it real quick to see the range on that. To all adjacent, oh, only adjacent neighborhoods. So I reckon that they need to be fairly close. We need to build a new grocery. That's easy to do. Let's check out what else. Floating restaurants, we can do those very quick. Party blimp, I don't know if we'll do that. All the normal buildings that we have access to. Cabarets, that's cool. Tropitanic, must be placed in a yacht shipyard to begin construction. Modern times Cold War, so this one will increase the standing with the superpower with the lowest value. So that's good, we can do that. What else have we got? High schools, colleges, that's all good. Freshwater towers. And a large area affects citizens' health, crop fertility, reduce pollution. Since infected by the water tower have increased chances of infection. Let's check the range of these. Yeah, we'd only have to construct a couple of them. But I think the water wells are doing fine. But what is pretty nice is it looks like if we put one like between two plantations, look at that, it would completely fill out like an entire plantation very, very easily. The fresh water wells are fine. Like, these aren't super necessary, but I think they're nice, which is the big thing. What else have we got? What else have we got? Corruption agencies. Cargo airport. Yeah, not too much new stuff that we have access to now. But yeah, I think we'll try and move through these next couple of eras rather quite quickly. Maybe even try and instantly get them done, just so we don't need to worry about it too much. I think the biggest thing was trying to do a lot more expansion. Like, usually by the time I make it out of the first era, like, we have like this bit done, you know, like it's not a very big island at all, but instead we've constructed up a massive amount, which is really cool, and it kind of like opens my eyes as
Atomic bombs. Fact or fiction? Tropican scientists say, we don't understand the physics. Palace says, try harder.
it kind of opens my eyes to just how cool it actually is to do a lot more expansion in the early game, which, you know, is typically something that I never really did. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, be sure to leave a like. And if you want to follow along with the rest of this Tropico 6 series, then be sure to subscribe. Peace.